ones, how are you all? Did you do some good writing yesterday for your beginning of your story for We're Going on a Bear Hunt? Fantastic. So today we're going to be writing the middle part of the story. So you're going to need your story plan, a pencil, and your story beginning from yesterday. So on your story plan, I wonder which box or boxes do you think are the middle part of the story? So if you would like to pause your video and if you can point to the boxes that show the middle. So if you're using the three-part story boxes, you need to be pointing to the middle box because the first box is the beginning, the middle box is the middle, and then the third box is the end of the story. That's what we're going to be writing tomorrow. If you've got the six-part story plan, then the first two boxes are really the beginning, and then the middle three boxes are going to be our middle of our story, and then the final box will be the end that we're going to write tomorrow. So for now, I'm just going to be talking about the three-part story box. So we're going to just have a look at the middle box, which is the middle of the story. So if you have a look at the pictures that we've drawn, so today we're going to be writing about the river, the deep cold river, and then we're going to splish splosh through it. Then we're going to write about the mud, the thick oozy mud, which is going to go squelch, squirch. Then we've got the forest, a big dark forest, and we're going to stumble trip through the forest. Or then we're going to come to the snowstorm, a swirling, whirling snowstorm, hoo-hoo. And then we're going to leave it there, okay? Now, if you find that writing all of that is a bit too much, don't worry, you can just write a little bit of the middle part of the story because there's quite a lot to write there, isn't there? If you're feeling aspirational and confident though, you might like to write all about those places. Now in today's lesson, we're going to be using quite a few of our school values. We're going to be using perseverance because we're going to be really trying hard with our writing and to use our phonics to sound out all of our words. And we're going to also be using aspiration because we want to try and do as well as we can. And we're going to be using confidence because we're going to show how confident we are in year one with our writing, our capital letters, our finger spaces, and our full stops as well. So there's 3 Candleby credits there that you might be able to get for your writing. So before we start our writing today, let's remind ourselves what we've got to remember to include. So the first thing are our capital letters at the beginning of our sentences. We need to remember to use our innovated character. We need to remember to use our finger spaces. We need to remember to use the adjectives to describe the grass, the mud, the forest, the snowstorm and the river. And we need to use our full stops at the end of each sentence. Okay, so I'm going to show you now 2 options for you to do your writing. Now, I've got the beginning of my story here, written in blue, and then underneath I'm now carrying on with the middle part of the story. So we've got 2 options that you can choose. So the pink option is if you're feeling really confident with your writing today. So I've written, uh-oh, a river, a deep cold river. We can't go over it, we can't go under it. Oh no, we have to go through it. Splash, splosh, splash, splosh. Now if you're not feeling as confident with your writing, you can shorten it a little bit. So if you look at the green writing, and this time it says, uh-oh, mud, thick, oozy, mud, squelch, squirch. So you can see there's a longer piece of writing and a shorter piece of writing. Now again, you can choose how much you want to write about. If you want to write about the river and the forest and the snowstorm and the other one, you can. If you just want to write 1 or 2 for your middle part, that's okay as well. But whatever you choose to do, we still need to be aspirational, so we need to go back and check that we haven't missed anything. So I'm going to go back and I'm going to check that I've got my capital letters. Yes, I'm looking through and I can see that I have. Have I got my innovated character? Well, no, because I don't really need it in this part. Have I got my finger spaces? Yes, I can see I have, but I might want to use my finger to check. Have I used some adjectives? Well, the river is deep and cold, isn't it? So those are my adjectives. And the mud is thick and oozy. So those are my adjectives. So yes, I have done that. And have I used full stops? Yes, I can see I've used full stops. I can also see that I've been really super aspirational today because I've used some exclamation marks. Those are where I've written uh-oh and a river. So you might like to use some exclamation marks in your writing. So to finish, if you would like an extra challenge and you're feeling really, really confident, we would like you to underline the adjectives in your story. So I'm going to look through my story and I'm going to stop when I find an adjective. Remember that an adjective is a describing word. So we're going on a tortoise hunt. We're going to find a scaly one. Oh, scaly, that's what the tortoise looks like. So I'm going to underline scaly. We're not scared. What a windy day. Oh, the day's windy. That's an adjective. So I'm going to underline windy. Uh-oh, grass. Long, wavy grass. Now, if you'd like to pause the video here and tell a grown-up, what do you think the adjectives are in that sentence? So the adjectives in that sentence are long and wavy because that describes what the grass looks like. So, long and wavy. We can't go over it, we can't go under it. Oh no, we've got to go through it. Swishy, swashy, swishy, swashy, swishy, swashy. Uh-oh, a river, a deep, cold river. So if you'd like to pause the video, tell a grown-up which adjectives do I need to underline. So if you've chosen deep and cold, you're correct. So let's underline deep and cold because that's what the river's like. I wouldn't like to go in that river if it's deep and cold, would you? We can't go over it, we can't go under it. Oh no, we have to go through it. Splash, splosh, splash, splosh. Uh-oh, mud, thick, oozy mud. So where are the adjectives if you'd like to pause the video and tell a grown-up? Well, the mud is thick and oozy, isn't it? And some of you put your hands in some mud when you went on your bear hunt walk. So thick and oozy are our adjectives. And then finally, squelch, squirch. Now, once you've finished your fantastic writing, please can you email it to your teacher because we can't wait to see the middle part of your story. And remember, tomorrow we're going to be writing the end of the story. Bye-bye.